Hey there, my amazing artists. Ms. Pelavon here to tell you how to draw your castle on the back of your brick printing paper. So last time when you were in art, you created your brick printing paper, and then when you were finished, you looked at some castles that have symmetry, and you practiced drawing them on a free draw paper. So you should be pretty comfortable with drawing a castle today. When you draw your castle, you're going to draw it on the back of your brick printing paper, and you're going to use a white crayon. Remember, you can't erase a white crayon, so you need to make sure you're thinking and looking very closely at the examples. So again, you're going to choose one of the castles to draw on your paper, and you're just going to draw the basic outline of the castle. We're not going to worry about anything else like the windows and the door. We can add that later with some construction paper, but right now we just want to get the shape of the castle. So the basic shapes that make up the castle on our paper. So I think I'm going to do this castle here because my paper is kind of tall. You can do these other castles too, they're just going to be taller castles. So I'm just going to focus on this one here. Not going to worry about the flags, I'm just going to worry about this big bottom shape and then the three towers at the top. And remember, we're focusing on symmetry, so whatever is on the left side is also on the right side. If there's one in the middle, that's fine too, because it has to be in the middle of the picture. So I'm going to start with the bottom of my castle at the very bottom of my paper. So I'm going to make that bottom part. I see two lines, one on each side. They are vertical, which means up and down. And then I see kind of a squared line at the top of that. It makes a pattern: over, up, over, down, over, up, over, down. Okay, so there's that part. And then up on top, there is one tower in the middle. So I'm gonna make that one in the middle. I was just thinking about where the middle might be. And that tower is very tall, so I'm gonna make it really tall here because I have lots of paper to use. On top of that tower is a triangle. So I'm going to make the triangle. So there's one tower. The other two towers on either side, the left and the right, to create the symmetry, are a little bit shorter. So I'm going to make them a little smaller. And if your castle looks a little different than the picture, that's perfect, because we don't want castles to all look the same. We want them to look a little different. But we want them to have symmetry, because that's what we're talking about here. That's our focus. So after I get my castle all drawn, then I'm going to cut out my castle around the perimeter. And I forgot my scissors, so let me go get them quickly. Here they are, ready to cut. So when I cut, I'm going to cut around the perimeter, which means the outside edge. I don't want to cut inside my castle, because then I'll cut it into pieces and that would be hard to glue. So I just want to cut around the perimeter of my castle. This can be kind of tricky, so you have to go really slow. Get in here. You're gonna have to move your scissors around a lot. My eyes are looking at my paper, making sure to get all of those little pieces off. Ooh, this part's really tricky. Oh, phew, I did it. I'm gonna cut from over here so that I can get to that part there. So you're gonna have to turn your paper a lot, and you're gonna have to move your hands around a lot when you're cutting, so that you can get all of those little parts cut. I'm going to cut off this part here first, because that's easier for me to hold my paper when that big piece is gone. Cut off that. All right, I have my leftover pieces of brick paper. I'm going to set those to the side, and now I have my castle. And when I flip it over, my castle has some awesome texture. So in the next video, I'm going to teach you how to add all those other little details using some oil pastels and some construction paper. So can't wait to show you.